These are bat boxes. Bats enter these by climbing up the webbing at the bottom, that mesh, and they can roost in here, hanging upside down.
We're trying to create those homes for animals that would otherwise be there had the forest still remained.
We're targeting specific species that we know to live in the area, but are in small numbers due to the lack of habitat.
The bird boxes, well, bird and possum, ringtail possums, brushtail possums, and various species of birds will live in these.
One of the species that we're keen to get breeding is the crimson rosellas. There are possibly only 2 breeding pairs in this area.
I have no idea what those are so small for. There's some small bird that will like that. What's that, Simon?
Feather-tailed glider.
Feather-tailed glider.
Feather-tailed glider.
Do we have many of those around here?
No.
Oh, we're hoping to get some.
I'm putting 2 boxes in this blue gum.
This came from a study of the natural heritage of this area, and one of the things that was identified that whilst we have a lot of really old trees, they're not old enough to actually provide the hollows for the local species that live here. That age would be, for the blue gum, about 150 years of age, and most of these would be well under 80.
We're looking for a good point of attachment for the boxes.
Through termite activity and borers and animals getting in there and just burrowing out little cavities, there is some hollows existing, but we're just trying to supplement those with a few extra artificial hollows.
We try and situate them facing south so that there's not direct sunlight onto the boxes. Also facing into the reserve rather than out towards street lights.
Part of the issue with nest boxes is ensuring that we don't get these pest species invading them. The brushtail possum is a classic. By putting the boxes so far up these blue gums, it's harder for a brushtail to get into. And also the boxes have slightly smaller openings so that the brushtails can't physically get into them.
One of the other considerations was how hard the tree is going to be to climb. Trying to get up a dozen today, we need to pick the ones that are a little easier to climb.
The brushtails are a native species. They are no longer in the rural areas where they used to be quite abundant because all their hollow trees have been removed. However, there are certain species of animals that do a little bit better in the urban environment, and it's a bit of a juggling act.
Obviously, native trees are going to suit native animals. We've got them in turpentines, blue gums, angophoras.
We're putting a lot in reserves, we're putting them through these corridors along streetscapes, and we're also training up residents on how to build and install and monitor nest boxes.
Every tree is different. There's always a new challenge when you climb a tree.
We're going at it from every angle.
The whole point of this is to provide habitat for creatures within the corridors.
We still have large remnant reserve areas, but they're all quite disjointed and disconnected. By connecting these areas, we hope to again increase the population sizes of these species.
The idea of a corridor is to provide links between different areas of fragmented bushland so that animals can move through from area to area.
Surveys every year for the past 12 years, we've been able to get quite good ideas of what sort of populations there are of different species, which are doing well, which are not doing so well, and the fact that we've also got a lot of volunteers that are very keen bird watchers and constantly keeping us posted as to what's going on with their local birds.
What we're trying to do is organise it so that the local birds, the native birds, can actually find a home.
I've got 2 boxes up there, which is what we were trying to achieve.